and welcome back to episode 4 of Coffee Chats. Today I am with my sister Emma and my friend Jasmine, and we're going to be talking about performing arts. So we'll start off with the get to know you bit, and you can each answer the question. So firstly, Jasmine, so we can get to know you a bit, what are 3 fun facts about you?
Okay, so I'm from the northeast of England, so I'm more Newcastle based, which is kind of hard to be in the performing arts because you expect it all to be down London and down south. So it's kind of hard to get into it and kind of hard to get a bit of a career into it up here. I've been dancing since I was 3, so I've always had musical tours. We'll call that. And oh god, I don't know what else. I have a dog. I have a very cute dog. There we go.
Emma. I have a dog. I have an iced coffee addiction, and I didn't get my first. Well, I say it's a lead role, but kind of most people had a lead role, but I didn't get my first lead role until October 2019. Jasmine, what has been your highlight of the week?
Of this week?
Well, or last
week. Painting my friend's birthday present because it's stressing me out, but it's looking very good. It's musical theatre based. It looks great.
That's good. I had my first Hockings ice cream of the year, which is it's local? Yeah, it's a thing that's here. It's a local ice cream company. It's the best ice cream you will ever taste. It's so good. I think that's my highlight as well. It's amazing. Right, and because this podcast is called Coffee Chats, I've started asking everybody what their coffee order is. So Jasmine, what's your coffee order?
Okay, so it's either just a plain cappuccino if I want a hot drink, or if it's cold, it'll be always a Starbucks cookies and cream frappuccino coffee based every time.
Well, if I'm going on holiday and it's either early morning or late at night, then I'll have a white chocolate mocha to wake myself up. Yeah.
Banging choice.
If I'm just going to Starbucks or Costa and it's nothing special, then I'll just have an iced caramel frappuccino.
Good choices.
Sounds very nice. I need to get better with coffee orders because mine's very boring.
Are you just a coffee, just straight coffee?
A mocha or just a normal iced coffee?
Oh, get with it, Heather.
In sort of a summary, Jasmine, tell us what you do, so what you study, anything like that you want to share.
So I'm currently in my first year of studying a musical theatre BTEC. I'm going to 2nd year in a couple of months' time, and basically what that is it's a way to get people into the industry before drama school, so give them a little bit more training, and it's like drama school but not as extreme, but we still have our fitness classes, jazz classes, tap classes, singing classes, and then every 2-ish months we do a certain performance. So the first thing is debut, which is just all of the acting, dance, musical theatre students get together and they do a show. Then we have theatre for children, so we bring local kids in, they do a show, and then there's more, etc., etc. But basically it's just where I go into a room for a day and I do some dancing, do a little song, and it's really fun, but it is a lot of work and you have to be really dedicated to do it. It can be a lot stressful at times.
Well, I've just finished year 11, and in September I'm studying performing arts at our local college. So that's sort of a background on both of you, and obviously you're both interested in performing arts. So when was it that you became interested in performing arts, and what has your sort of journey been with it so far?
Okay, I have 2 stories, because firstly, as a kid, I loved dancing. My mom said to me, the reason why I was put in a dance class is because I wouldn't stop moving. I was too restless as a child. So she's like, oh, put her in dance class, she'll do great. And then I just love singing. I have videos of me singing Breaking Free from High School Musical in my auntie's living room, me and my brother dancing to it, I'm just singing my heart out. And so I've always wanted to do it as a kid, but then when you get into secondary, like year 8, people are like, that's not realistic, you need to have a proper job, like actually go to uni, do a degree. And then it wasn't until April of last year, so about a year ago, I went and saw Hamilton in London, and I came back home the next day and I was reading the programme and I was like, oh, it's so interesting to know where people like have studied, what they've done, like where they've gone to school. And then I just went, I could do that. And from there, I just, so we then decided that I'd probably try out for musical theatre, auditioned, and I got in. I think it was 3 days after the audition, I got a letter saying I was in. So yeah, I have 2 stories. One's interesting, one's not. But yeah, so basically we thank Hamilton for getting me into my career. And so far, it's been, there's ups and downs. Like there's some days I'll be like, yes, I love going to college. Other days I'm like, this is hell, I'm tired. Like, bear in mind, I don't live close to my college. Like I have to travel 30-40 minutes to my college. So bear in mind, I have to like I leave my house at like 7:30 in the morning. I won't get in till like 6:30 at night. So it's a full like 11-hour day. Like it's a very, very big day, especially with like the fitness, like the dancing, the keeping your like mental health well. It's a lot. So it's fun while it lasts, but it does get stressful at times, and you really have to balance your life out. So yeah.
Well, I've always loved dance and acting and singing, like since I was like very young. And then we went to the theatre, our local theatre, a lot while growing up, to watch like the local amateur shows. And then I think it was in year 7, I went for an audition for one of them local amateur shows, and then I got in, and that was when I was like, this is actually what I want to do. And then I just stuck at it, really.
Okay. And what is your journey been with it since then?
Well, obviously, as Jasmine said, in secondary school, you have like loads of people who tell you that it's not realistic, and I've been told loads of times just to just stop doing it, and that I need to get a proper job in the future. But I just stuck at it, and I did GCSE drama, and I also go to Stagecoach Performing Arts on a Saturday, which has helped me can't find the right words,
but yeah, it's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Help you grow into it.
Yeah.
Like it's more better than what they can sort of teach you in school when you have your other subjects as well.
Yeah.
So Jasmine, what are your hopes with performing arts and sort of what you want to do in the future?
Well, I think every like British like actress or actor who's like in musical theatre, their hope is to be like on the West End. Like that's like the end goal. Broadway if they're that good, but like West End because that's where we live. So yeah, it's probably the West End. Maybe not like, obviously I'd love to be a lead, but like even as an ensemble, because the ensemble like tracks are insane on all the shows. Like they do so much work. But no, that's really it. And also like I want to also teach eventually. Like once I've had enough of theatre and I'm like, oh, I can help other people, I think teaching would be the route I'd go for. So yeah, that's probably what I'd do, is go to the West End, hopefully, fingers crossed, and then teach afterwards and help others get to where I was.
For me, I want to go on the West End, but then like I also want to do film and TV on the side. So like sometimes I'll get a West End job, and then my next job might be film and TV, and like I also really want to go on Strictly Come Dancing in the future, because obviously if I get famous, I'll go on Strictly. So
I agree. I'm the same. Like,
okay, Jasmine, what is your dream role?
Okay, it's either Zoe in Dear Evan Hansen because she's an alto and I'm an alto and it's a realistic role, or Jenna in Waitress. Jenna's my like big one, but it's still a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
For me, I have 3. So it's either Anne Boleyn in Six, because some of her songs are insane. Jenna in Waitress, because she's just insane. And Eliza in Hamilton.
Ooh, yeah.
3 favourite female roles.
Okay, so Jasmine, do you have any tips for anyone who wants to start getting into performing arts?
Ooh, I'd probably say just like know you really want to do it, like, because especially with the way like obviously the industry is now, and with like getting into like schools and stuff, prepping for it, like if you're like, oh, I like it, but like I don't really want to do it that much, then don't do it. Like unless you're 1000% committed, you know how much work you're you're going to put in the time, then that's when I'd say do it, because I've seen some people on my course as well, who haven't realised how like extreme it is to do musical theatre. They think, oh, it's easy, just like, singing songs, have a little dance, it's fine. But it's actually, with the coursework on top of it, it's so much more harder than you think. So my advice would probably be, if you know you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice.
Yeah, so just go for it, because like you only live once, and just do what you enjoy. And also like enroll in like a weekend or after school performing arts association, and they will occasionally bring in industry professionals, and then that helps you to build up confidence and get to know about the industry and things like that.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I think doing stage pitch has probably been one of the most helpful things for you. Okay, so who inspired you to get into performing arts?
Well, my dad always claims it was him, because he said as a kid he was into like performing arts, and like he was on a local show up here called Banker Grove. So if anyone from North knows that, that's a show up here. But I don't know, I guess I just always have been. I've always been doing it, and then like just seeing all these people like on stage and stuff, and like in film stuff, I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to start singing around the house. So I just did. So my dad claims it was him. I don't think it was. I think it was probably Sound of Music, because that's the first musical I ever watched with my mum. And she's like, look at this, it's pretty. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with me, obviously, when I was like really, really young, I didn't know much about musical theatre or performing arts. And I just thought acting was just like something that people did. And it was like hard to, well, obviously it is hard, but I thought like it was, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so I didn't really know much about performing arts. So the two people, I grew up watching like the story of Tracy Beaker and Tracy Beaker Returns and The Dumping Ground. So the two people who inspired me the most and made me think that I really want to do what they do is Danny Harmer and Mia McKenna Bruce, because I've watched them for like ever, and I can see how much they enjoy it, and it made me want to do it too.
So Danny Harmer plays Tracy, and then Mia McKenna Bruce plays T, if anyone doesn't know. Okay, so that is like the bulk of the questions about performing arts. We've got through it very quickly. I thought it was going to take really long because there's two people. So the last question, which I ask everyone, is what is the best advice that you've ever been given by anyone, like a quote, anything like that you just really live by?
Can I swear on this? Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is the reason why, because basically I came back from a trip. It's a little bit of a story. I came back from a trip with my college, and I hadn't had the best of times. Like I was really down. I wasn't myself. Like I just didn't want to like do my college anymore. And then I had a conversation with my tutor when I got back, and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Oh, I just don't feel like in place. Like I just don't feel like I belong, etc., etc." Basically, mental breakdown happened. So then she turned around to me and went, "I want you to do something that I think will change your outlook." And I went, "Okay, so what is this?" And this is the best advice that I have sworn by since February this year. It's amazing. My friends tell me that like I've told them to do it and they think it's amazing. It's basically just don't give a fuck, because don't care about what everyone else thinks. Like what was it, like now that I've got that attitude, I do different things, aka I dye my hair blue, I start my own YouTube. Like I do things that I want to do because I don't care. And my friend turned around to me the other day and went, "I'm so happy that you can actually do that, because I couldn't do that." And I'm like, well, no, because I've stopped caring what people think. I've stopped caring about, like, I used to care about people who are trying to win their approval when I didn't need their approval. Like, I cared about their approval more than, like, how I viewed myself. So that's what my best advice is: just don't care. Just, if you want to do it, just do it. Don't listen to what anyone says. Don't try and impress anyone. Just be kind, be yourself, and just don't care, really. That was my best advice, and I've lived by it.
I think that fits well with everything we've spoken about as well, with like people saying that you need to get like a proper job
Yeah, especially in like secondary, when teachers turn around and say like, oh, get your GCSEs, do your A levels, like put you into that pressure, because I was under that pressure hold for I think 2 years, and then like I would revise every night, and then April came, I saw Hamilton, I decided, oh, I don't need GCSE grades, I need 5 C's, and that's what I'm going to get, because I know I can get higher than that. And then I just stopped caring. I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Right, so mine are, I have 2. So everything happens for a reason. I live by that quote.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And also, life isn't a dress rehearsal. The curtain is up and you're on, so give it your best shot. I love that. I just feel like you just need to get out there and just be yourself. And yeah.
Cool. Right. So that is all of the questions that I had written down. So that is like everything that we were going to speak about, unless either of you have anything else that you just want to say before we finish up.
Okay, I have something quickly. So even though obviously of the situation we're currently in with, you know, the pandemic and everything, we just need to like basically have like faith, because obviously we all know about the theatres and we all know about the arts and how everything's struggling right now. And yes, the government have put in place the, what's it called? Is it the £1.5 billion towards the arts? Yeah. They put that in place. But at the same time, there's still going to be theatres closing down. Like, I won't be surprised if like half the theatres around where I live are going to close down, because we have a lot and they're quite small. But basically, just fund the arts, just do everything anyone can, including like, I'm included in that as well. Like, just basically do everything we can, because at the end of the day, I even used to say like, oh, I don't want to do like acting and stuff, because there's always going to be people like there forgetting that they grow older. So like, for example, like YouTube, I refused to do it at first, because I was like, oh, we got people like Zoella and stuff, and I was like, well, Zoella's now 30, like, do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's getting older and there's like a new generation coming in. But the problem is with the theatres at the minute is there might not be that new generation, because we're a bit screwed right now, but it's okay. But yeah, that was it.
Links to any funding stuff that I can find in the description box. So if anyone wants to donate or just even have a look, they'll be in the description box.
I just got something else to say. Yeah. Back to what Jasmine was saying earlier about like at school and like people didn't believe, like when I think I was in like year 8 or year 9, and maybe beginning of year 10 as well, all my teachers, they were just like, you need to get all these GCSEs, pass all these GCSEs so you can get a job as a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. And I was just sat there with my friends and I was like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to perform. Like, it's all I've ever wanted to do. And then I think all you need is like a few people to believe in you, to then let you know that you can do it, because that's what I had with a few teachers, and obviously my family and my friends, and I feel like everyone needs like a few people to believe in them.
Yeah. I've thought of something as well. During like lockdown and everything, Emma's been doing a lot of like Instagram live workshops with some West End people. So I think if you're someone who maybe can't afford to go to like
I have it.
If you're someone who maybe can't afford to go to like Stagecoach or anything like that, or even if like that isn't on at the moment because of lockdown, follow people like that on Instagram and you'll learn stuff from them, and like anyone can do that for just a bit of fun as well.
Sometimes I don't even plan to do them. I'm just on Instagram and I see that someone like who's in a West End show, like Shaka, who's in 6. Do you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I saw the other day that she was live, and I was like, I'll go see what she's doing. And then she was doing a Heather's workshop, and then on Friday she did a Hamilton workshop, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do both of them. So I just did both of them. I really enjoyed it. Now I feel like every time she does one of them, I'm just gonna do it, because
and hopefully some of them will carry on.
That's just that you saying about the workshop just reminds me of a page that's been set up. I think it's called Livestream Dance and Fit. Oh, sorry, here. Livestream Arts Fitness, and basically every day since lockdown they've had like a list of like fitness classes, dance classes, with everyone who's like live streaming that day listed at a certain time what they're doing, and like it's been brilliant, like especially for me, because like with our college class we'd all like be like, there's a workshop happening right now with so and so, and we'd all like go and join in. Like, I remember one day I woke up doing a Jamie workshop. I rolled out of bed. 5 minutes later, I was in my room doing this Jamie workshop that had already started. And like on the comments, when it's like, oh, like put a mess thing if you like, can we continue on? And I saw like 7 people who I knew go yes. And I was like, why are we all in the same workshop? Like, I was like, that's really weird. But so that they were brilliant though. They've been absolutely brilliant with like putting it is free obviously because it's on like live, but it's been brilliant knowing like obviously the classes that if you wanted to do them, that would be a brilliant place to look, that Instagram page, because they do it every day, updated daily, the night before. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I feel like the people who are like in the performing arts industry, so the West End's people, they're like really are helping all the performing art people who want to,
like your generation.
Yeah, like our generation of performing arts people who want to be them essentially in the future, is like really helping us to like get through lockdown, like with the classes they're doing and stuff.
I'll leave the link to that down below as well, so if anyone wants to have a look. Okay, right, I think that is everything now. I really enjoyed this. It's different from everything I've done so far, and I think it should be really helpful for anyone who is thinking about going into this sort of thing. So thank you both.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Yeah.